Yo, my people. What's the word? Today is Thursday, and if y'all ain't in the loop, every Thursday I'll start dropping one tutorial video. This video will probably be on the longer side of things due to the fact that I'm trying to put y'all on as opposed to just fighting. But I looked everywhere on YouTube for low kick tutorials, and I can't find shit. I see a few from UFC 4 where leg kicks are probably more viable, but as far as low kicks on UFC 5, they're the same shit, just no fucking damage. I personally still use low kicks often in my fights. Today I'm going to go over each kick, the ranges you want to use them at, and some setups behind landing them. After I break down each low kick, I'll display some fights where we chop some trees. You feel me? All right, let's get into it. All right, so the reason we in the lab, I kind of just want to give you a more complex breakdown of how these kicks work and the way you want to use them. Now, initially, when you think of a low kick, most people just think power and timing. Doing this against even the lowest IQ player is detrimental because all you have to do is throw up a low guard and a few good checks, and I promise you, you'll think twice before kicking naked again. So the question is, how do we set up these leg kicks, and which kicks are viable at what ranges? Me personally, I like a low kick to reset my opponent's pace or to slow down their pace and to set them as they come in with bad distance strikes. The beauty of a low kick is you don't even need to land it for it to have effect. Let's jump into the correct kicks at the correct ranges. So there's 4 types of low kicks you can offer to your opponent. Not every fighter has these kicks, so do your homework on who has what. We have the universal leg kick. We have the complex calf kick. Then we have 2 low kicks that are really like pocket protectors. And by protectors, I mean they're range finders and distance managers for you. You can feint or throw the last 2 kicks out there as much as a jab, and they don't need to land to have much effect. The first 2, you need to have a bit more of a setup for the reaction. So let's break down all these low kicks one by one. So first things first, we're going to get into the ranges of the kicks and what you want to use them at or where you want to use them at. So we got 4 kicks inside the game. You got the leg kick that come off both feet. You got the calf kick, come off both feet. And then you got the front leg side kick. And then you have the oblique kick. So different, players use these kicks at different ranges. Some players don't set these up. Some players just throw them naked. I like to use the first 2 kicks for damage and the last 2 kicks as setups. And I'm going to show you guys like what I mean by that. So when it comes to the leg kick, a lot of players throw this kick just naked. They'll just blast the kick just like that, which ain't too bad. Like if you throw it at the right range, you'll get a lot of reactions. You'll get a lot of damage. But for me, I like to throw this kick off beat, meaning I'll throw it as my opponent is entering or exiting the pocket. I'll never just throw it as he's kind of planted just like that, and I'm kind of just walking into his, you know what I mean? Just walking into his range and blasting the kick. It's easier to see when they're not in motion of another strike. So what I'll do when I throw this kick also is lean into the kick. So for example, if I'm throwing the lead kick right here, instead of just blasting that kick, I would lean into it. You'll get some leg kicks off, but if you lean into the kick often, you'll get that reaction right there. And that's what we're looking for whenever we're looking to throw off that lead leg kick. We're looking for that reaction so we can start to combo off and throw some other shots. You know what I mean? So you're going to lean into the kick and go for that reaction. If you want to go the other way now, you would want to throw the leg kick like this and chop the tree. If you're throwing off that back foot, you want to chop it this way. We're looking for that reaction so that way we can counter off our kicks. So the next kick we got up is a calf kick. Now, a lot of players, they'll throw this kick just naked, and that's really the way you want to use it. This kick really doesn't require much setup, only because it's so quick, and sometimes it catches players so off guard that you don't really need much setup to offer it. Let's move around a little bit, and you see we get 95 damage right there, 98 damage right there, 94 damage right there. You can see the outputs on this kick are much higher probability of getting damage opposed to the leg kick. Let's set it up. 77. Let's feint it. Feint the jab. 88. 92. Now that's not bad, but if you use this calf kick, 98. 94. 89. So 98. I think the probability of just getting more damage off with a calf kick is way better than the leg kick, in my opinion. Let's have Nate throw a 1-2 lead hook, back up. 1-2 lead hook, back up. Right? Now, for example, let's push Nate back. We're looking to throw this kick on the outside of his calf, the outside of his lead leg, as he's exiting or entering the pocket. So you got to really get timing down and pick your shots for high damage. So let's have Nate do it. Boom, he's throwing this combination, then he backs up. 109 damage, he backs up. 99 damage, he backs up. 100 damage. So you see how we get that damage off, and it's very, very high. Is based off of when you time this kick. So as he throws that combination and exits his pocket to reset, you blast that calf kick. and you get very, very high damage. Now, if you want to throw it as he's exiting or entering the pocket, same thing. And for this one, it kind of be, he's in southpaw. So, like, I would say go throw the out. I would throw the inside one now. So now, you know, slip. I would probably slip. Boom, just like that. 186 damage. Just like that. 174 damage. Just like that. 150 damage. And you want to time this that as he's coming in, 219 damage. So y'all see how like the calf kick is used at these ranges. They can be much more viable to just throwing them naked. All right, so the next kick that we have is a front leg side kick. Now we got 100 damage right there, just throwing that kick naked. And a lot of times you will get that kind of damage just throwing the kick naked just like this. You could throw it like that at this range in the pocket, but for me, I feel like it's very vulnerable. And so what I like to do with this front leg side kick is I like to have my opponent try and kind of enter my range with any kind of strike, really, a hook, a jab, an overhand, preferably a leg kick even sometimes, a low kick, head kick. It don't really matter what they're throwing at you as long as you time it as they're entering the range. So, for example, let's have Nate throw 2 hooks followed up by a cross lead hook. And let's turn that recording off. Let's back Nate up. Let's back him up some more. And then we're going to have him throw this combination at us. Now, as he's coming in, you want to try and kind of time the combination. 158 damage. Right there, 197 damage at that range. When you use the kick at this range, with them entering your pocket, you get high damage because of the vulnerability of them entering with a strike and that kick getting off on their knee. 228 damage. And the oblique kick is pretty much the same thing. I can go with the oblique kick and show you guys pretty much the same thing. This is the oblique kick. A lot of people get those two mixed up. This is the front leg side kick, is your front leg, and this is the oblique kick. If you get banked in the head while trying to throw that kick, it's gonna hurt. So you want to use this kick as they're entering your range. You can even strike, go, you can counter, kick, go, like that, counter off, mix up your combinations as they try and enter that pocket, and just go crazy, for real. All right, so like I said, y'all, you really want to use those first 2 kicks looking for damage, and these last 2 kicks as, you know, pocket protectors and just range finders. You know what I mean? Use them to interrupt your opponent as they enter your range, and those start to get punished for that. So the last 2, like I said, you don't really need much setup because you can use this kick just as much as a jab. Just feinting it out there just like that will have your opponent reacting and biting. You have to use that kick often as you would use maybe even a punch. You know what I mean? And sometimes you'll see how your opponent will start to backstep and start to check that kick. The oblique is the same exact thing. You know what I mean? Same range you want to use it at. Just kind of watch out because you're vulnerable if you're throwing off that back leg as opposed to the front leg. So you will hurt. You know what I mean? So don't get banked in the head while you're trying to throw that kick. The kick has the same effect as a front leg side kick. The only difference I really see with this one is that it's coming off your back leg, which makes you vulnerable for counters. So I personally don't use it a lot. I don't see a lot of higher level players throw this kick often in a fight because the opponent will begin to adjust and counter. But as I said, like, use those last 2 kicks as protectors. Unless I'm fighting someone really aggressive, you can use those last 2 with damn near no setup and mix up your striking. The range really doesn't matter on this one because the opponent will give you the range needed for it. You get me? Just remember these last 2 kicks can be used for damage, but they're more so used for like slowing down pace or breaking rhythm on good players. The leg kick or the calf kick are what you want for damage. All right, so we fought against this Jack player using Leon. Both these fights ended pretty quick. The second fight ended early in the second, but in this first fight using Leon, I instantly got to setting the tone. And this player wasn't the best, but he definitely knew to protect his legs and respect the distance. We just spoke on this. The oblique and the front leg side kick don't need much setup because of how much short-term damage it offers. The opponent has to adjust to it. They can no longer just walk you down unless they have really, really good octagon control and some good low defense.
Like that. all you got is the left hand. Protect your right side. Good, those are all connecting. Let's keep non-stop punches. You're losing. Give me this takedown. Good.
Alright, so this is a low kick tutorial. Ain't no way I'm not using Gaethje this video. This player here was definitely better in terms of keeping his legs protected. And we got a nice finish off it. At the end of this fight, you literally see how the feints walk our opponent all the way back to the red zone, where you don't want to be, ever. Gaethje doesn't have obliques or front leg side kicks, so setting these shots up require a bit more patience and timing. We weren't leaning into this low kick we threw, not against Max. Our opponent would eventually adjust and just start intercepting us, so I want y'all to keep watching and pay attention.
Beautiful, beautiful. Keep that pressure up for me now.
Alright, so right there, he kind of starts noticing, like, every time I back up, I start getting kicked. So, like, what we have to do right now is start setting these shots up a little bit better. You see automatically, as soon as I start getting them on-beat checks, it automatically results in new moves, like rolling thunders. I hit him with a nice slip straight right there. We catch him as he tries to go for a front kick, probably trying to intercept us as we go for a calf kick. Now, he's backing up. Y'all going to see towards the end of the round, man. Like I said, it got bad. Look, he already cheesing. He not feeling us right now. He know them kicks coming. Eventually, he tried to fight through it and just try to intercept us, like I said. But watch.
Nice jab, keep it up. Nice job. Fire back. Finish him.
Like at this point, we just started cooking him for real. He really biting on these feints just way too hard. He worried about that leg. I think if he really was worried this hard, he would have switched to southpaw by now. But since he didn't, you already know what time it is, man. Time to eat.
Nice.
So you see he dropping his hands. Even when he Floyd Mayweather and trying to get up out the way of our combinations, that we got intercepted right there trying to go for a kick. Another time we got intercepted. You see, so like that's why I don't really lean into the kick as much. Those leg kicks are very, very, you know what I mean? You're just vulnerable, especially when you're going against a high output player like Max. So it's like, you know, we just timing these kicks as best as we can without getting hit. Look, another interception. You see, I don't be capping. I don't really use the leg kicks like that. I'm just using them for the sake of the video, but you know, calf kicks is the wave, in my opinion. It's quicker to the beat, same kind of damage, if not more. So shit, why not? Y'all watch this though. Leg gone. Leg gone.
Body, hands up, move, hands up, move.
Time.
All right, let's get back and recover. No worries. You can
Alright, so round two, pretty much more the same. We're looking to set up this head kick or some leg kicks based off of what our opponent is giving us. You know what I mean? So we go to the middle of the ring. Instantly, we get right back on that lead leg. I'm not sure why he didn't switch up. I don't know, man. It's just people nowadays, they just be so stubborn, or players just be ass. You know what I mean? So we working them. Getting to the end of the video though, and if y'all did enjoy this project, I want y'all to, you know, drop a like, leave a commento. Make sure y'all join the game by subscribing, and just look at how these things start walking in back to the red zone. If y'all don't know what I mean by the red zone, I mean behind that black line. You don't really want to be there against anybody for real, but look at it. Look at it. He biting on that shit like some steak. Hold on. Look at it. He trying to intercept with a cross. Boom! Oh my God. Jesus.